Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Unfortunate Love was how Rishi goes to Rano's house to bring Lakshmi back to the Oberoi house after Lakshmi left the house after their divorce. Then Kiran forgives Sonal, and then Lakshmi was adamant and she refused to follow Rishi back to the house. So let's continue from there. Shalu and Ayush are talking in a restaurant. Ayush says sorry to Shalu. Shalu asks, why are you saying sorry? And says that she understands. She says that we should leave. Ayush sees Balwinder there and he tells Shalu, and they hide their face from Balwinder. Ayush asks Shalu if Balwinder can be connected with Rishi and Lakshmi's divorce, and Shalu says maybe. Ayush says to Shalu that maybe someone will come here and meet Balwinder, and they hide and wait. Balwinder thinks that why did Malishka call him here? Rishi come back home from Rano's house after Lakshmi refused to come with him. Karishma asks if Lakshmi did not come with Rishi. Rishi says you all wanted Lakshmi to leave the house, so Lakshmi refused to return with me. Karishma says to Rishi that Lakshmi's name turn is gone away from their way forever. Rano comes there. Neelam asks if Rano have any work in their house. Rano says yes, she has come. Karishma says nobody can come here without our permission and invitation. And Rano says I have come here because he did not give us alimony. Karishma says to Rano that did you came to ask for money? Rano says yes. Karishma says but Lakshmi refused the money. Rano says that Lakshmi wanted the money now. Neelam says it was decided that the alimony would not be taken in court, but Rano asks her to give her the alimony because she would take it on Lakshmi's behalf. Karishma and Neelam argues with Rano, but Rano asks them not to run their mouth after destroying someone's house. Karishma raises her hand to slap Rano, but Rano stops her and says that she would humiliate her so much that she will regret her actions. Rano asks Karishma if she thinks that she can do anything just because she is rich, and she asks her to put her hand down immediately. Neelam gets angry and she asks Rano to leave their house, but Rano says that she will get the money from them before she leaves. But Neelam says that the inauspicious girl will never get money from them. Balwinder waits for Malishka at the restaurant. Malishka comes there and she sees Ayush and Shalu and she is shocked. Malishka looks at Balwinder waiting for her at the restaurant, and she goes out of the restaurant before Ayush and Shalu could see her. Ayush and Shalu couldn't see Malishka. Malishka thinks that what are they doing here? She thinks if they were following Balwinder. She thinks that if they had seen her with Balwinder, then all her dreams would have been broken. Malishka calls Balwinder on phone and tells him that Ayush and Shalu were behind him. She asks him not to turn his face and he should leave from there immediately, and she asks him to come and sit in her car. Balwinder says I will come there. Shalu says to Ayush that they should follow Balwinder and know where he is going. They get up to go, but they collide with the waiter and say sorry. Just then, Balwinder escaped from there. Devika gives medicines to Grandma. Grandma says my life is gone now. How will I live without Lakshmi? Grandma says Lakshmi might be missing everyone too, and she asks Devika to call Lakshmi. Devika calls Lakshmi and she asks that how is she? Lakshmi says that she is fine. Devika gives the call to Grandma. Grandma and Lakshmi ask each other if they are fine at the same time. Lakshmi asks Grandma if she has taken her medicine. Grandma says yes, and she asks Lakshmi that did you talk to Rishi? Lakshmi says Rishi had come to take me back home, but I refused. Grandma says you did right by not coming back with Rishi, and says she is proud of her. Lakshmi asks Grandma to take care of herself and says I would ask Devika to take care of you and to give you your medicines on time. Grandma says it is good that you did not come back to the house with Rishi because the way everyone treated you was bad and it broke my heart. Grandma asks Lakshmi not to come back to the house if anyone comes to take her again, and says Lakshmi should come back with all the respect and honor, and only when the people of this house are ready to accept her with open arms. Grandma asks Lakshmi to take care and she blesses her. Lakshmi asks Grandma to rest and she hangs up the call. Balwinder comes out of the restaurant and he sits in Malishka's car. Malishka asks if someone was following him. Balwinder says no. Malishka asks Balwinder to keep his leg down and says this is my car. Balwinder says why are you driving a big car when someone cannot even sit comfortably in it, and they both argue, but Malishka asks Balwinder not to fight with her. Malishka says to Balwinder that there is a good news. She asks him not to jump in her car and she tells him that Rishi and Lakshmi are divorced and now Lakshmi is in her auntie's house. Balwinder jumps and tells Malishka that if Malishka would have been in Sonal's place, then he would have kissed her because he is very happy to hear that Lakshmi is now single again. Malishka asks Balwinder to marry Lakshmi at the earliest so that Rishi and Lakshmi doesn't return to each other. Balwinder says he would marry Lakshmi and says he will be the bad luck for the Oberoi now. He says Lakshmi will be Lakshmi Balwinder suit and Rishi will be of Malishka. Malishka gets happy and says for the first time, you talk something good. Kiran asks Sonal if Lakshmi and Rishi got divorced in reality. Sonal says they said it in the court hearing that they want divorce because they were not made for each other. She says Rishi and Malishka were a perfect couple and she asked Kiran to talk to Neelam about Rishi and Malishka's marriage. She says if Rishi and Malishka had gotten married, then you would have become granny by now. She says let's sort this out because it is your dream and Malishka's dream too. Balwinder thinks that his life has increased to 20 to 25 years more, hearing about Rishi and Lakshmi's divorce. He thinks that God has given him everything now, and he thinks to drink alcohol. Shalu asks Lakshmi to come and sit and have food. Neha asks that what did they make? Bani tells her the menu. Rano gets angry and asks that why did you make so many food for Lakshmi, and she is not a princess that she will be making me spend money, and Lakshmi looks on in shock. Rano blamed Lakshmi for not bringing alimony from the Oberoi's house and says if you had brought alimony, then I wouldn't have gone to ask for it. Neha asks that why did you go there and says if you had sent Shalu or Bani, then they would have brought something surely. She says I would have shopped for many things. Rano says we will not even have money to eat, not to talk of shopping. Shalu says to Rano that when we wanted to do job, you said that people would gossip that the wretched auntie sisters are working because their auntie is complaining that they are eating her money. Rano says, what should I tell the people? They gossip and they ask about Lakshmi and why she left her husband, and she asks if she will get money from Rishi to compensate for their pain. She then asks Shalu to serve food to Lakshmi just like that. The Oberoi family sit to eat. Neelam asks about Grandma. Karishma tells Neelam that Grandma would have food in her room. Neelam says that she would give Grandma her medicine. Rishi comes there and sits. Karishma says it is all your favorite food, Rishi. Rishi says that the food will not be like Lakshmi used to make it. And Neelam says it was your favorite food before Lakshmi used to stay here. Rishi says to Neelam that Lakshmi's food was different and I am habitual to the food made by Lakshmi. Devika asks Rishi if he is missing Lakshmi or if he is missing Lakshmi's food. Ayush says that Rishi is missing both Lakshmi and her food. Karishma angrily looks at Ayush, but Ayush says that he is saying the truth. Ayush asks Rishi to find a solution to his problem and unite back with Lakshmi. Karishma argues and says their divorce is done. Neelam asks Ayush to have food silently. Mukesh is serving food into Rishi's plate, but Rishi imagines that it is Lakshmi serving him the food, and Rishi smiles happily, and Neelam, Karishma and others looks on in shock. Rishi says Lakshmi stop and says you will make me overeat the food, Lakshmi, and everyone is shocked. Ayush thinks that Rishi is imagining that it is Lakshmi serving him the food instead of Mukesh. Rishi realized that he had been imagining Lakshmi and he gets up and says that he is done. Ayush asks Rishi to have food so that he can have strength to find solution to his problems, and Rishi sits to eat. Bani and Shalu are preparing where to sleep. Bani asks Shalu to ask Ayush for solution. Shalu says Ayush himself is very stressed and we don't know the reason that Rishi and Lakshmi got separated. Bani says but just then, Lakshmi comes there and says I have come to take the place between you both, right? Bani says no, your pillow is always between us and you don't have to feel that you are bothering us. Shalu says to Lakshmi that when Auntie Kiran took your name for the accident, brother-in-law supported you fully. Then what happened between you both that night that later led to your divorce the next day? Lakshmi says, why are you asking me again when I said that nobody should ask me? She says we should talk about something else, and she asks Bani what mischief she used to do. Shalu thinks that something happened that night, which is the reason for all these problems, and she thinks to talk to Ayush tomorrow. Rishi rests on the bed and he thinks of Lakshmi. He imagines Lakshmi asking him to sleep and saying good night. Lakshmi tries to sleep and she thinks about Rishi. Rishi and Lakshmi misses each other and they feel lonely, even though they are with their family members. Rishi says he doesn't know if he still have the right to tell Lakshmi to take care. Lakshmi also says the same thing and they both fall asleep. In the morning, Malishka comes to Rishi's room and sees him sleeping. She keeps his leg properly on the bed. She then falls on him and says, I really like it. Be like this always. Karishma comes there and sees Malishka lying on Rishi and she gets happy. Rishi wakes up and moves Malishka away from his body and he gets up. Karishma thinks that thankfully, Rishi's first love has returned. Malishka says, Auntie, it is not what you are thinking. Karishma asks that, did I ask you to say anything? Rishi says that he was in sleep and he did not know when Malishka came in and he goes to the washroom. Malishka says to Karishma that she came to see if Rishi is upset because Lakshmi left. Karishma says that she also came to check on Rishi and she asks Malishka to hold Rishi properly now that Lakshmi has left. Karishma asks Malishka to do something quickly before Lakshmi trap Rishi again. She says all the best and she leaves. Malishka smiles and says Rishi would always be with me because I have already trapped him. Balwinder gets ready in his house and he thinks that he is single and ready to mingle. He says Lakshmi, Balwinder's suit is a heavy mood and he thinks not to drink alcohol today because he would meet Lakshmi and he sing a song. He praises his look and says him and Lakshmi's bond will set fire. Malishka thinks that luck is on her side and that is why Ayush haven't come to Rishi's room and Karishma came instead. She thinks that Karishma would help her in her drama. Rishi comes out from the washroom and tells Malishka that he was in sleep when Malishka came and he doesn't know what Karishma might be thinking after seeing them in that position. Malishka pretends and says that she is worried about Karishma's thoughts too. Rishi asks that why did Malishka came and Malishka says that she came for him. She asks him not to be upset that Lakshmi is no more in the house because he had married Lakshmi with expiry date. She says we have to go for a business meeting and she asks him to get ready, but Rishi refused to go anywhere. Malishka says to Rishi that so much has happened with me, but I am still going for the meeting, and she asks him to get ready too because they have to attend the meeting. In Rano's house, Lakshmi sees someone standing at the door and she thinks if Rishi has come again and says I will not call him inside because I don't want to see him. Lakshmi comes to the kitchen and thinks that why is she thinking that Rishi should come behind her? She thinks that Rishi betrayed her, so she should ask him to leave. She comes near the door and thinks that the person has left and says it is good that he did not even meet her. Neelam comes to Grandma's room and asks Grandma if she have her medicine. Grandma says I am taking it. Neelam asks Grandma that how did she take her medicine because she wants to give her today's dose by herself. Grandma says that she doesn't know how the dosage is supposed to be taken. Neelam asks that if Grandma doesn't know how her medicine should be taken, then who knows? Grandma says Lakshmi and says Lakshmi used to give me all my medicine. Neelam blames Lakshmi and says I would ask the doctor and I will maintain your schedule, but Grandma says that Lakshmi had already told Devika about my medicine. Devika nods her head that yes, and Neelam asks Devika about the medicine and she gives the medicine to Grandma and she leaves. Grandma misses Lakshmi and she thinks that they cannot do anything without Lakshmi and she misses Lakshmi. Okay guys, thank you all for watching. Please, for the people that are asking for the upcoming episode, I'm going to give you guys upcoming episode today, so watch out for that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.